In today's video, we have woke people making absolute fools of themselves. My name's Griffin, this is my mind. Stay on the path of progress, and let's get into it.
Losing weight because you want to feel better, be in less pain, be healthier, all of these things, that's fatphobic.
Trying to normalize fatness is the same thing as trying to normalize cancer. You're celebrating something that is actively killing you.
Do you think genitals define gender?
No, I do not think so.
No.
If genitals don't define gender, why does removing them affirm it?
I mean, who says that affirms it, though?
Why do they remove their genitals?
I mean, why do people get tattoos? Why do, we get piercings? I just think it's a way of an expression.
But you were not a conservative at first?
No, I was diehard liberal my entire life.
Really?
And I mean, I literally was like, all cops are bad, Trump's racist, green hair, shave my eyebrows off. I was as liberal as it gets. I did not look like this whatsoever. I post old photos all the time and people are like, that is not you.
What made liberal look so crazy?
Yeah.
And conservative look normal? Why do liberals go extreme?
I believe there's two things that turn you from as left as I was to, I would say, as right as I am, even though I'm pretty middle on most things. But I was like, I think it's, if you get money, you're going to naturally become a conservative.
Yeah.
And when you just choose to educate yourself.
Yeah.
It's really the two things that turned me. Yeah.
So what she's saying is, if you are uneducated and poor, you're more likely to be woke. Interesting.
Earlier, you said you don't believe in white privilege, correct?
Yeah, it's a myth. It doesn't exist.
Okay. So according to the Bureau of Prison Statistics from last month, 38.3% of our current inmate population is black. But according to the 2020 census data, only 12.2% of our national population is black. So if you don't believe in white privilege, how do you explain this disparity?
So why are they in jail?
It has been this way for years, since the 90s.
You know, why do people go to jail?
Why are black people in jail at higher rates than white people?
That's the question, right? Maybe because they
Yes.
commit more crimes than white people.
But that's not true. It actually is.
They do. So every independent analysis shows that blacks have committed a disproportionate amount of crime. No one wants to say it out loud, but it's true. In fact, in New York, 52% of murders are committed by blacks, 40+% of arson, 60+% of drug deals. And so the question you should really be asking is what drives them to commit crimes? That's the question, right? The real question is, and maybe I can ask you, what percentage of blacks are raised with two parents in the home?
So actually, according to the Uniform Crime Report for 2019, black or African American individuals committed only about 1 million crimes, while white people committed about 4 million crimes.
That's proportion.
Yeah, how about the proportion?
There's a lot more white people than black people in the United States.
It's a 60% white country and a 14% black country, so you just proved my point. You literally...
Tell me why you're at Pride.
Because I'm transgender.
Do you want to share anything about your journey?
It was very tough.
Does your family make you feel supported?
Yes, a lot.
How old are you?
I am 7.
And how old were you when you discovered your identity?
I was 2 or 3 when I first noticed that I didn't feel comfortable with being a boy.
How did your child discover this identity? How did this come about?
So ever since she was little, she was always the princess, always. She sort of every once in a while would mention ideas of wanting to be a girl, of feeling more like a girl. And then, hi kitty pie, she started asking to socially transition about 1.5 years ago, and her school's been fantastic.
Your family, your friends, everyone makes you feel supported and loved.
Except for my friends. I didn't tell them that yet.
Oh, wait, do you want to be on the internet talking about it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope to be famous one day.
Poor kid, because you just know none of this is actually his idea. Let's be honest, it's probably just his mom, because there's no way there's a dad in the scene. But what kind of kid goes up to his mom and says, "Hello, Mother, I've made the decision to socially integrate myself into society as a female instead of male"? How did he even learn what these words are? This is all the parents doing. They're pushing the narrative. They're pushing the narrative onto their own innocent children. Fucking gross.
And also, yes, being a lesbian is a sin. Okay, Romans says this. Romans says a woman, you need to repent. Angry lesbian.
Yad, I use he, him pronouns, and I am Bangladeshi American. I am Bangladeshi American.
Yeah, I just rolled my eyes. I'm glad the cameras caught it, because I was like, it's just a natural reaction. And there's a lot of people who said that was rude, you shouldn't have done that, or you acted triggered. It's like, no, I didn't yell at him or but the truth is the pronoun stuff is ridiculous, and I think ridiculous things need to be ridiculed. Right?
I'm a mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is a little, hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you, because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children.
33, 7 kids from the same dude. From the same dude, that's kind of a W. But she's single, which is an L. At the end of the day, she's a single mom with 7 children. That's a lot of baggage.
That'd be like a fair fight?
I believe so, yes. I don't think that biology necessarily equates to someone's skill range.
Yes. Do you think that would be a fair fight?
Yes.
If the organization forced the female boxers to have to compete and they had no choice?
Yeah, okay. Yep.
If they're identifying as women, they're a woman.
So a female boxer in his same weight class? Yes. At that point, she would be a woman, and I think it's problematic to say that a woman cannot be as strong as Floyd Mayweather.
Should minors be allowed to transition?
Minors should be allowed to do what their parents allow them to do. They don't do it while they're under your roof. They're going to do it later.
But there are instances where people detransition. How can we protect trans youth that do regret their decision and want to detransition?
You make your decisions, and then you decide to make another decision. That's just life.
Language we use matters. Being specific is important. If you care about the truth. I refuse to participate. I'm not adopting your language. I'm not respecting your preferences. You don't own reality. You don't own grammar. You don't own definitions. You're not important enough to provide me with an instruction manual on how to talk to you. Are you kidding? How important do you have to think you are?
An instruction manual on how to talk to you. Dude, that is so on point. What a great way to describe it.
I mean, do you have a bias towards other women just because I think it feels more safe? There's just a little bit of a community, and maybe...
It feels more safe?
It feels more safe.
Isn't that a bit of a sexist statement to make?
No.
What are you trying to... Are men unsafe? Is that...
Yeah. I feel unsafe around men. I don't think that is...
You can feel that way, but isn't it a bit of a sexist statement to...
No, because men... No, not at all.
So
men pose the biggest danger to me.
Men are the biggest danger to you?
In a day-to-day sense.
I have a question for you on that. If we were to replace men with a racial group, would it be racist to say what you just said? Oh my God. Would it be racist? Just replace men with a racial group. Would that be a racist thing to say? I'm scared of X racial group.
Because statistically, they're more violent and aggravated.
Yeah, I think you're twisting my words.
I'm not
right
twisting.
now.
No.
So here's what I'm going to say to you. How old are you?
I'm 24.
I don't want to sound like your dad, but here's what I'm going to say to you. If you were 57, young man, right?
Yeah.
And you had a family and you had a mortgage and you had to go to work and you had an energy crisis that was about to cripple you financially, would you be sitting in a road, or would you be slightly hacked off if these eco-zealots, or whatever you call them, were making it impossible for you to carry on with your job? I don't mean to be disrespectful in any way, I'm being honest. Every time I get somebody from Just Stop Oil, they're barely out of nappies. No disrespect. Why? You don't have any experience of the real world. It's just, it's a bunch of unwashed students giving it large. You're stopping people from going about their daily lives, man.
Unwashed, okay. First of all, we have many age ranges. I've been arrested next to people who were 80.
You say that with pride. I've been arrested. Why?
Because this is the kind of action that we need to take. We are in a climate emergency. Do you not realize how important the situation is?
Yes, I do, but you're not going to like what I'm going to say. And I don't know what Steve says. We're in a climate emergency. There are people watching this who cannot pay their bills. They cannot heat their houses. They cannot feed their kids. And do you know what I'm going to say to you?
Yeah, the cost
leave that a minute and concentrate what's happening now.
No, I'm not saying to leave that a minute. The cost of living crisis is very closely related to the climate crisis. We could be fixing both at the same time.
No, we
could be insulating homes.
Should trans women be included in feminist conversations? How about in women's spaces?
Yes, they're women. What's the
Question. Trans women or women?
I want to come at this from the position of an athlete.
Oh, Jesus.
I play semi-pro basketball, semi-pro volleyball. So when it comes to athletic spaces, I don't think that trans women should be allowed into athletic spaces. As female athletes, we work so incredibly hard for the little opportunity there is in women's sports.
Would this be a barrier for you?
There's no barrier. There's less opportunity in some industries.
That's what a barrier is.
There's less. And so it's like you're going to take the little opportunity that we're given. And the problem is we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's going to body me.
Have you tried confidence?
Eli, hold on, Minnie.
Sorry,
Eli.
confidence can't make me bench what a guy benches.
What's your type?
I prefer older men on the whole. I'm here for like a conversationalist more than anything. Should have some similarities to me. It's more politics and big stuff than it is like we should have the same taste in music.
Dude. Meteor. Just send the meteor, okay? Just go ahead and send it. Just send it. It's over. Subscribe first, but it's over.